So today we're going to start off with a complex of core work. So basically, we're going to do each movement right after another. So we start off with 10 sit-ups, then we go right into 8 hollow rocks, and then we finish with 5 V-ups. I'm going to show you guys a couple of different variations of that, just in case a hollow rock might be a little bit too tough of a position for you to do, or V-up as well. So we'll do a couple of different scale options for that. 4 rounds of that, not for time. So probably like 90 seconds to 2-minute rest in between each one of those rounds. And then the workout is a 12-minute AMRAP. Starts off with 80 lateral hops over a kettlebell, dumbbell, or any kind of object. If you find that it's too difficult to jump over, then just choose a line on the ground and then just do lateral hops over the line on the ground so you don't have to jump over your objects. After that, we have 60 air squats. And then we finish the round with 40 dumbbell, kettlebell, or whatever you're using for an object, shoulder to overhead. So anything from the shoulder that finishes overhead. All right. So again, we got that core complex with the 10 sit-ups, 8 hollow rocks, and 5 V-ups. And then our WOD is 80 lateral hop overs, 60 air squats, and 40 shoulder to overhead. It is an AMRAP. So once you finish that 40th shoulder to overhead, then you go right back to the lateral hops. All right, any questions so far?
Can you give me an alternative for lateral hopping?
Yes. Is it hopping or is it just the side to side?
It's the side to side on my knees. I can't do it. I mean, I think I can hop forward maybe. I can do
okay, so just do if you want to just grab a jump rope and do single unders, that'll work as well.
Okay, thanks.
Anything you do to just hop, as long as it's not too much on your knee. All right. Any other questions, guys? All right. So we're going to start off warming up our core. We're going to do a 1-minute plank on my count. So we'll go into either a high plank or low plank. High plank, arms fully extended, feet together. Think about pulling your belly button into your spine, holding here for 1 minute. We're going down to low plank, pulling or pushing your shoulders in front of your elbows and holding this position for 1 minute. On my count, we are going to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and plank. Twenty seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Next, we're going to go into 2 rounds of 20-second hollow holds. So what I want to see from that hollow is laying on our back. We want to try to keep all our weight in our lower back. Our feet are off the ground, not too high. Squeezing our quads, pointing our toes, and then our hands are behind our head. If that's too tough, bring your hands out in front. If that's still a little too tough, then we can tuck in one knee, or you can grab onto that knee and hold it here so the other leg stays straight. So we'll go 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off for 2 rounds. And we'll start that hold in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Keep everything nice and tight. Squeeze those quads, flex those toes. Remember, we don't want our feet too high. There we go. 3, 2, 1, rest, 20-second rest, and we're gonna do one more. Ten seconds. And 3, 2, 1, up. Good, those look better. Nice, guys. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're gonna roll over to your stomach now, and we're gonna do 20 Superman. So arms and legs stretched out. From here, we're gonna lift our arms and legs at the same time, squeezing our glutes, and back down 20 times. Good. Good. Once you're done with that, we're gonna turn to our side, elbow on the ground, feet together, and then 10 times you're gonna just drive your hip up, tap your hip against the ground, and back up. Other side, 10 times as well. Good. Nice, guys. And then up to your feet. And you guys will give me 10 good mornings, so hands behind the head. Shoot those hips back, keep your chest up, legs slightly bent, push those hips back as far as you can. Once you feel that pull, stand up, squeeze your glutes 10 times. And then when we're done there, we're gonna go into some Samson stretches. So we'll take that reverse lunge step, back knee hits the ground, drive your hips forward, hands above your head, hold 1, 2, 3, step up, other side, 1, 2, 3. You're gonna do that 3 on the right, 3 on the left. And then from there, we'll go into 10 side lunges. So wide stance, shoot the hips back, drive that knee out, hold 1, 2, up and over, 1, 2. 5 on the right, 5 on the left, 10 total. Good. And then we're bringing it back to the ground, warm up the shoulders. So let's go high plank to low plank, 10 times. Then we'll go into 10 scorpions. Take your time, kick over, hold 1, 2, other side, 1, 2, 5 on the right, 5 on the left. And once you're done with that, we'll finish up with 10 push-ups. Good. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some water. If you want to stretch out any other spots right now, go ahead and stretch out. And we'll start back up at 12:21, and we'll go over that core complex. About 1 more minute. All right. So we're going to go into the core complex. Again, it starts off with 10 sit-ups. Then we go into 8 hollow rocks, and we finish with 5 V-ups. So what I'm looking for Sit-ups can be whatever variation of sit-ups you like. Actually, no, let's just keep it at the CrossFit standard. So we'll do butterfly sit-ups, bottom of our feet touching, hands above the head, come up, touch the toes, each rep. Once you hit that 10th rep, you're gonna go right into the hollow rock. So stand on the small part of your back, rocking back and forth for 8. And then once you hit that 8th rep, you're gonna go right into the 5 ups. All right, so different variations of that. When it comes to the hollow rock, kind of like we did with the hold, one, you can have your hands out here on the side, rocking back and forth here, keeping the feet low, pointing the toes, or keep that knee tucked in, grabbing onto it, or keeping the hands off to the side. When it comes to the V-up, if you can't come up and reach for the toes, then reach just for the shins. If that's a little too tough, then from there, we'll tuck in our knees and touch our heels. All right, or if you want, we'll make it 6 reps. If it's a little easier to do alternating V-ups, we can do that as well. All right. So what I want us to do before we go into the full complex is I want you to give me 3 of each movement and try to string them together. So you'll go 3 sit-ups, 3 hollow rocks, 3 V-ups, or whatever variation of that you choose. Nice, Will. Awesome, guys. Look great. And another variation of that V-up, I would like for your hands and feet not to touch the ground so your core stays active the whole time. But if it's necessary, then obviously tap the ground and then come back up. So we'll do the complex. You'll do 1 round, rest about 90 seconds to 2 minutes, and then go into your next round. There's 4 rounds of that. You guys can start when you're ready. 10 sit-ups, 8 hollow rocks, 5 V-ups.
How many, sorry, Dex, how many rounds?
4 rounds.
Okay.
So remember on that V-up, we want to add that little reach at the end. So even if it's just a little bit, that's fine. But as our legs come up, we want to come up, reach. All right, so we don't want to just be here. Reach up, reach. Try to keep that hollow rock under control. Don't rock back too far or too far forward. Keep it nice and tight. Good, that's better, Aaron. Nice. Good, good, good. Okay, we got a few more people finishing up. All right. So we're gonna rest for about 1 minute. Then I want to work on loosening up our hips just a little bit after doing that complex, and then we'll go over the movements for the workout. So about 1 minute rest, and then it will warm up the hips or loosen up the hips anyway, and then go into the workout. So let's warm up, or again, loosen up our hips. So we'll go into tabletop. We'll just do 5 on the right, 5 on the left, going forward and backwards, hip circles. So we'll kick back, drive your hip forward 5 times on the right, and then 5 times on the left. Kick back and forward, and then fire hydrant up and back. 5 and 5, 5 on the right, 5 on the left, 5 going forward, 5 going backwards. And then from there, we'll sit up on our bottom, knees out in front. And then you're gonna shift your weight so both knees touch the ground. That's 1, then you'll shift to the other side. 2, we can do that 20 times, so 10 on each side. Good. And then the last thing, go into one knee. You're gonna shift or push all your weight forward. Place one hand on the ground, outside hand, and then we're gonna do some hip circles from here. So pushing the hip out and rotating. We'll do 10 outside and then switch directions, 10 inside and then switch legs. So we'll go over shoulder to overhead first. Again, the workout's 12-minute AMRAP, 80 lateral hops over an object, 60 air squats, and then 40 dumbbell or kettlebell or whatever object you're using for the shoulder to overhead. You're gonna switch every 5 reps. So when it comes to shoulder to overhead with the dumbbell, unless your weight's really light, you're probably gonna do a push press or a push jerk. Push press, we wanna make sure our feet are outside of our hips. We're standing up nice and tall. When we go into our dip, we drive our knees out and drop our butt towards our heels, just a quick dip. And then from there, quick extension through the hip, pushing the dumbbell above your head. As you come down, you wanna lead with your elbow. Once the dumbbell gets about to eye level, that's when you go back into your dip and punch back up. If we're doing a push jerk, once we come out of that dip, we drop ourselves under the dumbbell and stand up before we bring it back down. All right, so that's 5 on the right, 5 on the left with that, until you get to 40. If you have a kettlebell, you're gonna start off with that kettlebell in between your bicep and your forearm. And then from here, just like that push press with a dumbbell, feet outside of the hips, core nice and tight, quick dip, punch, turning that palm forward instead of inside. When you come back down, make sure the kettlebell or your knuckles are back under your chin before you go back up into your next rep. Same thing with the jerk. Start under the chin, dip, drop, stand up, and then bring it back down. Really quick, let's go ahead and do 3 and 3. 3 push press or push jerks on the right, and then 3 on the left, or yeah, 3 on the left. If your weight's really light, you can go ahead and do a straight press. Awesome. Good, Sarah. Nice, guys. When it comes to lateral hops, if you're using a kettlebell, I want you to lay it down on the ground and then jump over it this way. So getting the knees up, hop over it. Don't want to jump too much because my neighbor's under me. But you can bounce back and forth if you want, or just keep it slow and just hop over. All right, or bounce it back and forth. Keep it low, that way you don't trip over it. Dumbbell, same thing, keep it low, 2 feet over. All right, try to avoid that step over. And if you're nervous that you might trip over, just find a line on the ground. For me, it would be the line on the mat here, and I'll just use that to hop over. All right, just moving side to side there. Let's warm up those calves just a little bit. Let's do 6 lateral hops. Good. And then those standards with the air squats, feet outside the hips, driving the knees out, keeping our chest up, dropping our butt down towards our heels, core stays active, stand up to full extension, and then back down. All right, we won't warm up those. So we'll start the workout, let's say in 2 minutes. I'll set up a clock so you guys can see the time. Again, it's a 12-minute AMRAP, starting off with 80 lateral hops, 60 air squats, and then 40 shoulder to overhead, switching sides every 5 reps.
Hey Dex, I'm gonna guess that the lateral jumps, it's like to each side is 1. It's not back and forth is 1.
Yeah, so yeah, that first jump over is 1, and then you come back 2, all the way up to 80. Yeah.
Double checking, yeah.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Good
That'd be the whole AMRAP. I'd be doing that.
One more minute. All right, guys, we'll get started. Got the clock here. So we'll start in 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 80 hops. Try not to speed through the air squats too fast. We want that full range of motion. Trying to get that hip crease lower than the top of our knee. There we go. Nice, Tori. Keep it up. Good, Will. Good. We're 3 minutes in. Keep your pace. Good reps. Good solid reps. Catalina, make your legs just a little wider. Right there, good. Better balance. Keep working, push through. 7 more minutes. There we go. Let's go. Let's shoot for at least 2 rounds. Everyone's on pace for it. Halfway now, 6 more minutes. Let's go, back to work. There you go, shake those legs out, back to the air squats. All right, guys, we got 3 minutes left. Make that last push. Go, keep attacking. 2 minutes now. 90 seconds. Get through whatever movement you're on. Let's go. Come on, 50 seconds. Nice, guys. Keep it up. Come on, everyone move. 30 seconds. Don't stop. 15 seconds. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time.